What's going on, everybody? Wilson here, your spiritual hype man, and I hope you're having a great day, morning, night, or evening. And if you're not feeling so hot, I'm hoping that some perspective in this episode or some of the other episodes can help you feel better. Remember, it's all the thoughts in our head. It's just what we're thinking on and what we're focusing on at the time, right? So if you don't like what you're feeling, just logically, you're going to have to prompt yourself about thinking about something else. Move the body, move the body. That's another one. It's like, if you're feeling blah, force yourself to go out there and go for a walk. Do something that's going to get your blood going and your endorphins biologically overriding the emotional sense of things. Okay, so do that. And remember, life is just an accumulation of situations and decisions that we make over time. So if we're getting to situations or outcomes that we're not happy with once we take these decisions and these actions, then we really need to focus on why did we make those decisions? What drove us to make those decisions? And then reverse it by asking ourselves, what was the influence? What was the thought? What was the emotion? And then the decision, which is the action, right, in those situations. And fucking do the opposite next time, and just reinforce it every time. So today's episode, I want to talk about small steps over priority of your current situation. And I think that'll make sense because here's what I've ran into the last couple of days too with some of the homies as well. It's that, and I see this, and it's happened with me where, let's take the example of like going to the gym and being on point with your health, right? I feel like for most people, there's been a time in their lives that they've been on point. And you're like, we can go back and be like, man, you should have seen me a couple of years ago, buddy. Like I was tossing up 225 and I was all right. So, and I feel like sometimes what happens is we keep reflecting or referring back to that time. And I think sometimes it takes away from the momentum moving forward because it's like, man, look what I did before. Look where I was at before. And now I got to go start all over again. And I think the thought of starting all over again is similar to like adding more time to night school, right? And if you haven't heard that episode, that's the last one. But it's very similar because now we're like, man, I have to go do all this extra work to get back to this level of like optimal health or Optimus Prime, right? But I also feel like situational is different. Because back in college, I really didn't have all these additional responsibilities, right? Like I really didn't. And you got to go to school, maybe make some money, and basically go to parties and look good, right? Like that was it. You had time to do shit. Like, and it's not like you don't have time now, but I feel like once we start progressing in our life journey, there are a lot of other things that take on priority or a higher priority than going to the gym every day for an hour and 45 minutes just to look fucking amazing, right? Or to feel great. Like children, bills, work, other things that you didn't have in some of these certain situations. So in a conversation I had with one of my buddies today, it was just like he identified with that, and it really was the aha moment or the perspective of like, and I understand it. It's just the thought is the situation where you are right now may be different and you may have other priorities and other things that you have to do. However, that doesn't take away from still being able to find the additional action, the additional decisions to go and take 45 minutes for yourself, to have a morning routine, because we all have a morning routine, whether we're conscious of it or not. We wake up, we brush our teeth, we drink coffee, we eat breakfast. That for most people, or you run out the door, you got to get the kids ready. Like for most people, there's some sort of morning routine. So within that morning routine, where can you find additional time, right? Or where can you define or identify additional places where you can have a little more action for yourself internally, whether it's going to the gym, meditating, listening to something in the morning that's going to positively motivate you. Like, where is that for you? Or is it during lunch, or is it after work? Where can you find these moments that you can add? And again, it's not really add. Don't think of it as like adding more to do, but more of, inserting or whatever you need to, vocalize in order for it to not seem as like extra additional work. And at the same time, it may not be the same amount that you were doing it when you were at optimal prime, like when you thought you were at optimal prime, right? Like me going to the gym now is about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, like at max. And I'm still doing what I need to do for my body. And I think the way that I'm working out now is definitely better than the way I was working out previously, like in college, because in college, like I was big, but like my mobility maybe wasn't as good. And just the things that I'm working out, my core probably wasn't as strong. And so there's certain situations where I think as long as you understand that, hey, I can't go back to that and I can't be that at the moment because of my priorities may be a little different. I have more time, like I have more invested time in my kids and work and stuff like that. That doesn't mean, though, that you can't be consistent on small scales of moving forward when it comes to health or anything else, whether it's meditation or just reflection or anything that can positively affect you moving forward. It doesn't mean that we can't continue to value, and I think that's what's missing, is understanding the value, even if it's small, incremental, 45 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes here on an everyday basis that will ultimately, over a long period of time, right, consecutive, right, situations, decisions over a long period of time, will add up to your benefit. And yeah, you may not, be at optimal this week or the following week or in 2 months, but at some point, if you do it over a long period of time in short spurts, you're going to get to that similar level, if not maybe even a better longevity aspect of things. So keep that in mind, right? For those that like, whether it's, again, health. I've seen it more in health in the gym and falling off and not eating right, and it gets easy to order in and it gets easy to order out. Like, just see it in that perspective. Like, yes, I know you're busy. Yes, I know there's lots of other priorities, but don't forget about yourself, your health, your mental health, that part of you as important as well. And value the fact that even if I do these small incremental continuous actions, whether it's running or stretching or meditation, even if it's 15 minutes, even if it's 11 minutes, there's an 11-minute Wim Hof on YouTube. If you look up Wim Hof breathing technique, it's 11 minutes. If you did that just every day in the morning and at night, or just in the morning or at night, or pick one, or even at lunch, every day, or like 5 days out of the 7 days, that's only going to benefit you. And I feel like it's not that much more time. It's just valuing in your brain and logically understanding that if you were to put it on a scale, that doing the 11 minutes is worth a lot more than not doing it, you're going to do it, right? And I think that's the thought and the concept and the perspective for today. We all have the same amount of time. We just have to, it's decision making, what's best for you, what's best for your health, and then what's best for those around you, and really just raise that awareness around each situation, right? Obviously being fully aware every day, every second is something that, you need to become a monk or a Jedi mind master. And I think we're all working towards that. But as long as we have, I feel like as long as we have awareness on that and we continue, we can progress moving forward in all these areas. So that's it for today, homies. Value these little bits of time or actions that you can insert into your already, routine, your already day that you're doing, but something that you can continue to do it on small incremental steps that will ultimately end up, in a positive, pretty amazing result. Water, increase your hydration. If you're not drinking at least half of your body weight in fluid ounces, fucking start drinking more water. Put down the soda, like seltzer water versus soda, like slowly. I used to drink soda. I used to drink 2 liters to the face, ice cold, lots of ice, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. I felt so good. It was amazing. Like I would drink the whole bottle. At some point, growing up, I'd drink the whole bottle. Now it's water, maybe a little bit of orange juice, almond milk, and seltzer water. Like that's all I hydrate with, pretty much. So, you can get there. And initially, it's like it went from soda to iced tea, like Lipton's iced tea, to cut the iced tea in half with water, to Powerade, cut the Powerade in half with water. and it's now just water, almond milk, orange, a little bit of orange juice here, and just water, right? So these little things over a long period of time, I think have benefited me for the last, I don't even know, 10, 12 years that I stopped drinking all the bullshit, stopped drinking soda. I used to drink Jack before Jack and Ginger, right? And that was the only time I really drank soda. And then I stopped drinking Jack, and now I don't even drink soda. So, all these things. Just think of these little things that you can slowly start implementing, and I promise you, you're just going to see the benefits. You're going to feel the benefits, and then just share it with people, because it's, longevity is the key. Longevity is the key. Longevity and raised awareness around who you are, what you want, how do you feel, and the understanding that you can control how you feel, right? Both in your health and your mental awareness aspect of things. All right, homies. Woo! Fired up. You guys have a great week. Keep crushing it. Go out there. Think about one thing that you can just implement continuously that's going to help you moving forward. Health, mental, for the mind, the body, or the soul, or all three. And just keep at it, and just keep implementing. All right. You guys keep crushing it. Have a great week. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. And don't forget, nothing changes until you do.